Hello guys, it's Blackout here, and today we are here with another draft analysis. A draft analysis for a new league starting for this channel. And it's going to be a little bit bigger than the UCA. It's gonna be APA Academy. Academy is the D-League of APA main, I believe that's how it goes. And it's played in Wi-Fi, so that's great. So we are going to get some Wi-Fi content here in my channel, and that's going to be hype. The Academy is about the same format that the Indigo is, that I'm uploading, and it's coming to an end pretty soon. And it's about the same, except everyone can draft 2 legendaries. I believe that's how it goes. And 2 legendaries show that 50 points. 50 points is max that you can use on not legendaries, Ubers. Legendaries? Ubers. Ubers, yeah. So 50 points on those, so you can get them like 25, 25, 28, 22 and stuff like that, but you can't get to 28s or something like that. So, going into my draft. This draft is of course 24-man draft. Yes. So, there's really little, like, you pick a mon, like everything goes before your next pick. I was at pretty end. I believe I was like 5th last or something. I was like 17th or 18th. I don't remember exactly. Like somewhere around there. So first round, of course, many top Ubers went, and then it came to me. But after I picked this, I'm soon going to pick my next one. So I decided to go with Pheromosa. Pheromosa, that's 24 points and is hella fast, hits hella hard, and dies as fast as it hits. So that's pretty much the gist of the mon. Bug fighting type with 151 speed. Yeah, it has pretty good coverage, special and physical side. It gets like bug boss, it gets lunge, it gets U-turn of course. Then on fighting side, I think it gets slow kick, high jump kick, and stuff like that. And then drill run is the ground move of Pheromoses, and I believe it gets like bounce if I really want to. And Ice Beam, yeah, Ice Beam is one the special coverage that is really good. So why I picked Pheromosa round 1 is because it was kinda anti-meta, because there's 3 different Mewtwo's, so that's 3 psychic types, and like most of the mons that are on the Ubers usually have like psychic type. They are, I think there is a lot of psychic types, like there's Necrozma, both Lunala and the Dawn Wings version, then it's Mewtwo's, then there is no, it of course doesn't come to me when I... Deoxys, all forms of Deoxys, except defense, I think is only 20 points, so that's not a Uber. And stuff like Yveltal, this Pheromosa is good against... Like, Pheromosa is good against mons that are in Ubers, so that's why I picked it. It has good matchup against a lot of other Ubers. And then, of course, because we can pick 2 Ubers, and I want minus 24, I can pick 26 point Uber, and of course I'm going to pick that. And I want, like, when I started drafting, there was 1 mon, or 2 mons, but 1 mon that I wanted to use in particular reasons, and that is Giratina, ITZWhateva Origin. Those 2 were kind of like which I was thinking about. And of course, because we are the same format as Indigo, we have teammates. We have 7 other teammates to play with and to rank up with, and I asked their opinion on this, and of course about everyone, like most of the people told me that because the altered version can hold items, it's just like officially better in all aspects, which I agree and don't agree. It's not as cool as Origin, so that side is not better at. But of course it gets pressure abilities, so it can stall out TP from stuff like Stone Edge, Hydro Pump, of course recovery moves like Moonlight and Soft Boiled and Leech It and stuff like that very easily, so that's great. And this mon is so bulky, Ghost Dragon type, and I believe, let's see the stats of this mon, Giratina. It has 150 HP, so that's like insanely high. 100 attack, 120 defense, 100 special attack, and 120 special defense, and 90 speed. So both defenses are sky high and HP is sky high, and attack and special defense are pretty damn good in 100 as well, so it can kind of chip mons away as well. And then we have picked our these Ubers, yeah, Ubers. So we can go into our normal type of mons that are usually available, and it's 24 person draft. And in the Indigo, I kinda went like tunnel vision, and when drafting, I wanted like my plan and my plan alone. So that ended up me not having dark types before doing transactions, and me not having good offense because I had bulky mons, like very bulky team with Scammer and such. So I decided that I go with my core, like the main core, the Dragon, Fairy, Steel core, because those three are really good if you get those like good ones together. And all good fairy types and good steel types are going to go early on. So I am here like, okay, Giratina is really bulky, but it doesn't have recovery, which is the only weak point pretty much what Giratina has. So I went with my fairy type Sylveon, which can Wish Pass, and Sylveon gets Baton Pass as well, and that Hyper Voice with Pixelate, which hurts like a truck. So Sylveon brings me the Fairy type and Cleric options in Wish and Heal Bell. And of course gives me the Fairy type, which I really wanted to get early on. Maybe third round is really early for Sylveon, but I can't afford people getting the Fairies like immediately. So that's why I went for Sylveon, and I'm hoping that it comes to a good use in here, APA Academy. And then I went for my Steel Mega Aggron, which I've used, I believe, 2 times in the past in leagues, and all the time it has been that mon that can take about any hit. Mega Aggron doesn't die in one hit pretty much like ever, and because there is no first turn Mega rule that we have to, that we can decide when we want to Mega Evolve, so I can actually play with Mega Aggron's previous ability Sturdy with regular Aggron, so that's kind of cool as well. Mega Aggron has huge stats and is really bulky, and like I now have really bulky Dragon, Fairy, Steel core, so I can pretty much take on any hits that opponents want to throw at me. So that's pretty cool. And then my next one is going to be Celebi. So here I'm thinking I got my core, and then I want some other mons, and I wanted to look at the speed tiers as well. I am in 151, 90, I believe 65 and 50 on Mega Aggron. So I definitely want the base 100, which Celebi gives me. It gives me Psychic type. Okay, it's kinda another Ghost weakness, as I don't have resistances on it yet. But it gives me Rocks, it gives me another Cleric user, it gives me Thunder Wave, it gives me U-turn, and it gives me good Sea Captain, because the first 4 mons pretty much can't be Sea Captains, because I'm Mega, and then Ubers cannot be Sea Captains, and Sylveon isn't a good Sea Captain. So I wanted some mon that actually can use Sea moves to its best. And I really like what Celebi brings to me my team, because it's weak to bug, and it's weak to ghost, and it's weak to fire and ice, and pretty much my team handles those already with the bulky fairy dragon steel core, except the ghost type, which I'm going to be making adjustments later on in the draft. But really looking forward to using Celebi in general. Then we get our one answer to ghost type moves, which is our normal and ground type, because we were missing that ground type, and we were missing that immediate power, because Pheromosa is immediate power, but more immediate power, which this little bunny Diggersby can definitely bring to the table. Really good mon in general when you try to break stuff, because it has huge power, so it gets double attack stat, and has great stabs in normal and ground, because steel types are mons that resist the ground. No, not the ground, the normal types. So the ground type kinda eliminates that as well. And it gives me another U-turner, and it gives me hazard options as well. It gets both spikes and stealth rocks if I'm correct. And yeah, it has 56 attack stat, so it on paper doesn't look huge, but when you double it, it's going to be huge. And of course it gets short stance, U-turn with quick return, coverage in Thunder Punch, I believe. I believe it gets Ice Punch as well. I want to say it gets Ice Punch. Yeah, and then knockoff. Knockoff is actually a great move as well. I don't think I have any knockoff users outside of Pheromosa maybe. So that's a good move to have as well. But definitely it gives me the power that I need, because Pheromosa is so frail, and Diggersby can handle some attacks to some extent. And it gives us a good speed gain, 78 I believe. Yeah, 78. So we have now 151, 100, 90, 78, 65, and 50. There are some gaps, especially in the range of 151 and 100. That's 51 speed stats, so those mons can just run any sets they want against me. So that's going to be fixed as well. And next up, I was kind of surprised that this mon actually lasted so long, and I've been wanting to use this mon because it's definitely my favorite legendary mon out of any. And okay, it gives me another ghost weakness, but it has ability which kinda mitigates that. And that is going to be Necrozma, our little prism boy. And yeah, Necrozma gives me another rocker. At this moment, I only have one removal in Giratina. I believe Pheromosa does get defog, but that's not its job. So that's definitely a part I want to help when I draft my rest of the draft. But Necrozma gets rocks, Celebi gets rocks, Diggersby gets rocks, Mega Acro gets rocks. So I'm definitely good on that part. And Necrozma is very versatile mon. It can run sweeping sets, it can run very defensive sets with leftovers and moonlight and such. It can be good, it gets a knockoff as well. And the move Photon Geyser is broken as hell. It's so good. Like, it hits so hard. I'll just slap the choice specs on it, or some twisted spoon or something, and then blast some teams away with no dark types. Generally good mon. I'm hoping that I can use it with this team because of my 3 ghost weaknesses and 1 immunity. That may be a little iffy. But then I'm going to get my dark type, I believe, and a grounded poison type, and you guys know him well from the APA Indigo League, and it's going to be Skuntank. So Skuntank is pretty budget mon for dark type and poison type, but I've only had good experience with this mon. I recently had it in IPL Open tournament, and it did so much job in there with the ability to shut down some fairies and psychic types. Like, I've drafted this like 3 times now in really short span of time, So that's exciting, and I'm hoping to that this mon can actually absorb some toxic spikes for us at some point of the season, hopefully. But yeah, then we go to our next mon, which is going to be Aerodactyl, which fixes some of our speed tiers a little bit, because it gives us the 130 speed tier in between of the 151 and 100. So now I have something to beat there, and if opponent has Tapu Koko or something like that, Aerodactyl is there, so they can't like freely build like modest set or any kind of no speed set. So that's pretty cool. And regular Aerodactyl is pretty good, especially with C-moves. It can be really good because it usually gets one kill with the speed tier. And then Aerodactyl is pretty good because it baits in Scarf mons. Mons like Scarf Rotoms or Scarf Raikus or Scarf like electric types in general, or stuff that can run Scarf, Crocodile or something like that. Because our Pheromosa is 151 speed, which is one of the fastest mon, if not the fastest. No, Deoxys speed is, of course. So people either want to use Scarfs or priority on it, and Aerodactyl kind of baits those in, and with correct C move it can blow those back. So that's really good pairing in my opinion for Pheromosa. Of course those both are rock weak, but what can you do? We have prime removal in Giratina, so I shouldn't be too scared to get mons that are weak to rocks. This is my second one, so nothing huge in particular. And it gives us a defog as well. Our third defog. Oh yeah, Skuntank does get defog, so that's why it actually fit our team as well, because now Giratina isn't the only man that can run removal. And Aerodactyl, of course, isn't probably the best defog user, but it can run it if it wants to. It can be a rock setter and stuff like that. And then we go into our water type, because we didn't have that yet. And it's going to be Cloyster, and Cloyster is really good, really good in U-Burst format, especially as a lead option, at least on the ladder side of things, because it gets about every hazard, I believe. Not sure of toxic spikes. And it can kill mons such as Rayquaza, Groudons and stuff like that really well. Do you get toxic spikes? I don't think... Oh yeah, you do. Okay, it gets every single spike hazard. I don't think it gets Stealth Rock. Yeah, no Stealth Rocks, but we have that thing covered on our other mons. And it gets Rapid Spin as well, if I really want to use that. And Cloyster, of course, can sweep with the Shell Smash. Smell Smash? How can you English? Shell Smash and stuff like Skill Link, Icicle, Spear, and Skill Link, Rock Blast. So this is very devastating mon in 9 point tier, especially in the U-Burst format. And I'm hoping this is first time I'm using it, and I'm hoping that it can come to games and be useful in them. I definitely got swept by one in Indigo, so I'm hoping that it gets one sweep here as well, in my hands this time. And then we go into our other mon, that is Small Dress, which is really cheap. 6 points for this mon. What? Actually? Really? Of course it has that 4-time weakness to rock, but it can definitely work with that, especially when we have the mons like Giratina. And we have pretty good team to like counter the rocks, so they don't even get the rocks up. That's kind of the thing I'm going for here, that I can put on the pressure, even with my defensive mons such as Giratina, Sylveon and Mega Aggron. Those hit really hard. Like Sylveon hits most of the rock users, rock mons that set up rocks really well. Like those get hit really hard, except of course the steel types. But stuff like Moltres is really good against steel types, and Diggersby is really good against steel types, so I have options. Moltres gets pressure as well, it gets Roost, it gets Defog, it gets good Will-O-Wisp, and it gets Hurricane, Flamethrower, Fire Blast. So that's pretty much it. It has great moves, it has great role in the team, and I just hope that rocks are not going to be an issue for me. I'm hoping. I'm thinking that they are not going to be an issue for us. Like this. Yeah, that's how you change the picture. And then our last one, because we could draft from 9 to 12 months, I got the full roster this time and didn't go with the 10-man roster as I did in Indigo. And I got ourselves another normal type to give us a speed tier that we needed in between of 130 and 100. 115 in Ambipom is great speed tier. Ambipom, I love Ambipom so much. I've drafted it once and I loved using it because it has that good speed tier. It gets the skill link and technician, I believe. So it has options and it hits really hard with the normal staff and gets the knockoff as well. And U-turn, and I love me some U-turn, so that's always a plus. Really nothing to add to Ambipom. Ambipom and Diggersby of course kinda do the same thing, except the Ambipom is just a faster version of Diggersby. Diggersby is harder hitter one, so those two kinda go well together, kinda. And yeah, I just liked them on, and I wanted the speed tier. Like the speed tier is the most important here, 115, which lets us do stuff outside of the 130 and 100. Of course, we got 4 really good speed tiers in 151, 130, 115, and 100. And then we can go 90 in Moltres, I believe, something 80 Cloister, or was it 70? Were you 70? You were 70. So we got Skuntank in 84 and Diggersby in 84 as well. No, Diggersby was 78 and Necrosma was 79. So those are pretty much our speed tiers. Maybe we got the 90 to 100. That could be like 95, one of the 80, 79 or 79 months. Then my speed tiers would be pretty much perfect. I like my speed tiers a lot and I like my draft a lot. Like every single man, I'm excited, excited to use, because in Indigo I'm really not liking my team like about at all. So this is like when I went that bulky road in Indigo League, this was kind of what I had in my mind, but the bulkiness didn't stop. But I got the bulkiness at the start of this draft with my great Dragon Fairy Steel Core, and then got our strong Emons in lower tiers. And I'm really picking it, and I'm excited to actually prep with this team. In this APA Academy, I'm really glad I get to be part of this, because this is first YouTube Wi-Fi league I'm doing, and I think it's first league that needs people to upload, so it's upload mandatory. So that's really cool. And of course, the biggest that sentence didn't work at all. The biggest inspiration to play in this league is because the other coaches in the league are probably a lot better than me. Like most of them, pretty much all of them, I would say, are better than me. So I have really good competition here, and I'm hoping to actually show what I'm worth, so to be called. And yeah, pretty much hoping to show what I can do to others and to me as well. Because if I can do well here, like I get some self-confidence in myself. So that's always a good thing. But yeah, thank you for watching, and we will see you guys next week for the week 1 battle. Yeah, see ya.